Welcome to Follow the Science. You're about to watch a report I made about the lack of scientific freedom. What you will see is going to blow your mind. I got free admission as a filmmaker. No restrictions were imposed on me. Even lunch was free. Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch, apparently. What we had not anticipated is that the title to this conference, The Lack of Scientific Freedom, was about to become quintessential. Threats, defamation, slander, the works. How should we now continue? We decided to publish and let you decide. Professor Schippers, may I ask you some questions?
Yes, of course. What do you want to know, Rico?
Welcome to Follow the Science. My name is Rico Brouwer. I'm a Dutch journalist and filmmaker. You're about to watch a report I made in 5 parts about the lack of scientific freedom. It was a conference in Copenhagen, Denmark on October 24th and 25th, 2022. I accompanied a Dutch professor in behavioral science and performance management, Professor Michaela Schippers, there. She asked me to film this report for her channel, Follow the Science. I was there at the invitation of Mr. Peter Gutse, one of the organizers of the event. I got a free admission ticket as a filmmaker, and no restrictions were imposed on me at the time of the invitation and the start of the conference. However, I did agree not to put the entire conference online or entire sessions online, so I will not do that. Instead, what Michaela and myself created for you is this report in 5 parts that will contain conversations between Michaela and myself and 3 interviews that we did with some of the speakers at the event. What you will see is going to blow your mind. What you're going to see is some of the lead scientists in the world gathered together in Copenhagen discussing what happened to them regarding the lack of scientific freedom and causes, consequences and cures they come up with. There were over 20 speakers at the event. Some you may know, the organizer Peter Gutse, also John Ioannidis from Stanford, Tom Jefferson from Oxford. What we had not anticipated is that the title to this conference, The Lack of Scientific Freedom, was about to become quintessential. After our editing was completed, we received copyright infringements on our original work, threats, defamation, slander, the works. Pretty much what the scientists at the conference were telling us about happened to them after they published their papers or what have you. So, is the lack of scientific freedom self-imposed here? Or is something else going on? We decided to publish and let you decide. While we were there, we talked to 3 of the speakers in interview. So what you're about to see is in part 1, Michaela and me looking forward to this event with some clips we created on day 1. In part 2, we're going to see Mr. Harald Wallach, one of the presenters, that discusses what happened to him when he published a paper that did not follow the mainstream narrative. Part 3 is with Kim Witzak. She lost her husband to the side effects of medication. He killed himself. She's been an advocate for transparency in the pharmaceutical industry ever since. In part 4, we talked to Nicolas Vermeulen about how threats and fear influence individual decision making and group decision making. Part 5, which we intended to be the closing part. Michaela and myself look back on the event with some clips we took from the second day. After our editing was completed and we shared a preview with the organization, we started to experience slander, defamation ourselves. Not unlike what the scientists presenting had just told us would happen when you publish a paper that is not following the mainstream narrative. Even threats were made. They appeared to have originated from a Danish individual called a filmmaker. However, when we go to his website, it appears to be a placeholder thing that only has a single front page and an email address listed on it. If you go to the address where the alleged company is located, it appears to be a closed down restaurant. So what's going on there? What did we end up filming? More importantly, how should we now continue? No restrictions were imposed on us before the event. I was allowed to film everything unrestricted. And now we find ourselves in, I don't know. I was there at the invitation of the organization as a filmmaker. Even lunch was free. Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch, apparently. We are going to publish what we set out to publish, our original work. But we decided to add this bit explaining to you what happened, even though we don't fully understand it ourselves at this time. We decided to choose a path of transparency and let you decide. We did, however, film a 6th part that we had not planned on. It goes into these matters. It goes into the subtitle of the event: Causes, Consequences and Cures. We are sharing this report without a commercial incentive, no paywall. We would like to thank everybody that contributed to making it possible. Through the crowdfunding that we did, you helped make this possible. You may find us at followthescience.nl, and I hope you enjoyed this report.